Oh, look, something else we were right about. Hey guys, this is Jules with True Crime Reactions. Disclaimer. Everything stated in this video is my opinion and my opinion only, and just like everything else in these cases we discuss here on this channel, everything is alleged. Was Bryan Kohberger fired from his job at WSU as a teaching assistant before he was arrested for the Idaho student murders? No. The answer has been no for a super long time. Here on this channel, we've gone over documentation that's actually attached to this case with WSU letterheads, with timestamps, with dates that things were served. We've gone over real documentation and real circumstances regarding Bryan's actual employment status and student status over at WSU. Now, it became a huge, just wildfire of misinformation whenever News Nation, of course it'd be News Nation, came out with a bunch of unsubstantiated information that they refused to show any proof for. Instead of showing any sort of letter that they were claiming to be reading this information from, or showing any sort of physical proof of even receiving said information, they read off of PowerPoint presentation screens that they created themselves. They didn't show any proof of anything that they were claiming in this timeline of events. Now, we went through this thoroughly on June 16th of 2024, and then we did it again on June 17th of 2024, just to add a few more things of facts to our assumption and our journey to try to figure out if this was accurate or not, if he was actually fired or not. Then Megyn Kelly came out and did this ridiculous video with Howard Bloom where she got so many things wrong and just completely ignored pretty much all the facts in this case that have already been actually proven, and just went on with her own boo-boo, following along with Howard Bloom, whatever, with all his insane rhetoric. And we had to talk about that on December the 27th. And then we came back and put a whole bunch of all the very short, independent headlines and pinpoints that proved that he was still very much employed at WSU, all the way down to it still saying it in the PCA. It literally states in the probable cause affidavit that at the time that it was being written for Bryan Kohberger's arrest, he was a current employee, a teaching assistant at WSU. And the video where we put all of those points together came out on December the 28th. I will have links for all 4 of those videos down in the description box. What I'm going to show you now in this video is a document that was posted in all these intensely dragged out, waited for nothing motions that ended up being filed on February 24th that were temporarily sealed for honestly no freaking reason so that some mild redactions could be done, and then they were released. Now, in the one about the motion to strike the death penalty regarding Bryan Kohberger's autism disorder, there is a very, 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 very direct statement that a lot of people either have skipped over because everyone is so enthralled in the DNA and the text messages and the 911 call information coming out. And I agree. It's been a cluster F. Our minds have been melted. It has been so insane and intense taking in all of this new information. But this is important because part of their narrative is that Bryan Kohberger did this because he was angry he was losing his position. He was angry that he was going to be fired. He was angry he was going to do this, that, and the third. Okay, well, we know damn well that he was in the classroom after the murders. It's been stated by several people that are in school with him that he was there. It's not any sort of question as to him actually being enrolled and physically in the school after the murders took place. But they want you to believe that something happened in between the murders, and by the time that he was arrested, that's the cause for him being the one who actually did this. And the narrative that News Nation put out about how something that apparently happened after the murders was whatever triggered Bryan Kohberger to do this heinous act made literally no sense to me, and is ass backwards, and how they don't understand that, I don't know. But in this document on page 25, it clearly states right here. The New York Times ran an article alleging that Mr. Kohberger made female students at Washington State University feel uncomfortable, though an investigation by the university cleared Mr. Kohberger of any wrongdoing. This exact same article went on to describe how he lost his job as a teaching assistant due to his failure to meet the norms of professional behavior in his interactions with the faculty. They do go on to say down here that if these things were true, these allegations can be easily explained by Bryan's autism. If is the key word here, meaning if it were true, and it's not, because the investigation done by the university completely cleared Bryan Kohberger of any wrongdoing. This right here further proves he was not fired prior to his arrest. So I don't know if that rumor is going to be laid to rest yet or not, but for some reason, people still believe it. I don't know why. You can only do so much, and people are just going to believe whatever they want to believe. Well, in my opinion, that puts a close to the narrative that mainstream has been trying to push for so long, that he went into some sort of crazy psychotic rage and took out 4 beautiful lives because he was mad that he lost his job at WSU. Again, their narrative was backwards to begin with, and this proves the investigation showed that he did nothing wrong. You're not going to lose your job if it was proven that you did absolutely nothing wrong. That's like the opposite of what normally happens. So I don't know. Do you guys think that they're still going to try to push that narrative? Or do you think that they're going to finally realize they made a mistake? Maybe actually admit the truth, talk about the documents like we do here to prove points and present facts about the situation at hand? I doubt it. I've yet to see one actually retract their bullshit, but I guess time will only tell. Let me know how you guys feel about this new proof that Bryan Kohberger was not fired from his job at WSU. Let me know down in the comments. If you like the way that I present this information and give my opinion, please don't forget to leave a like on the way out, subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed already, and please don't forget to make sure that that notification bell is set to all so you don't miss any of my rants, reviews, reactions, updates, or deep dives. See y'all.